Come on. Well, hello there. My name is HW.
And I'm the Suze.
And thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. Suze, let it never be said that I'm caught on camera without my signature.
I was just looking at that.
You know?
I was like, this is the minimal effort to get this into the... Yeah. Just draping it over the...
Wow. All right. So, I love amps. Did you know?
No doubt.
And I love AC30s.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Vox amps. And really, no, just kidding. I love...
Keep it going.
We have an amp that I truly, truly love today. It's an amp that I've been wanting to check out for a while. You never really see them around. A lot of people maybe don't even know they exist. It's called the AC100. So once upon a time, back in, I don't know, some world far, far away called England,
okay,
there was a little company that made these really chimey amps. And one day, this fabulous group of 4 Americans, no, just kidding, they were, they came over the pond and they made a bunch of ladies faint.
Okay.
And that made them very famous.
Uh-huh.
And they played a couple of amps, and one of them was this one.
Huh.
This AC100. So it looks to me, if you want to know, like there's the AC10, the AC15, the AC30. They all share like a thing. And then the AC50 stands out to me like they thought, what if we juiced up an AC30? It's still chimey, it's gainy, you have 2 channels, bright, jumpered, you have all these things. But then the AC100 looks to me to be like a completely separate creation. I think they just wanted a loud clean.
Gotcha.
Like
okay.
It wasn't an AC30 in 100 watts,
right,
like the AC50 is.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
So this to me has less gain. It's bigger. It's fuller. The low end is kind of like, it's not grunty small like an AC30. It's like bellowy bigger. You know what I'm saying? Play like something. Watch, like play something ambient. And what I did was I voiced it 2 different ways: bright and regular.
Okay.
They're both chimey and bright. I'll be honest with you.
Just one input on this?
Just one input.
Oh, okay.
See, it's not even the classic Voxy channels thing. Check out the amp right here. You don't need one I mean, it's 2 inputs. It's high and low.
Yeah.
But it's not multiple channels. There's no way to jumper. There's not multiple channels going on here. So check this out, Suze. Let's make this nice and ambient so the good people can hear a nice clean sound. All right, same sound on the less bright sort of voice that I gave these profiles. I'll be completely honest with you. In the room, that sounds the exact same, but I swear these profiles are different.
Right, yeah.
Here, play it a little juiced up. You'll see what I mean. Does that sound like a Vox?
It reminds me of Vox, but with it, you know.
That's well put, because it doesn't have the classic sort of Vox small amp, like, you know, shelved low end. It's got like extra low end, and it doesn't sound like the AC50 to me in that it's not as rockin'.
Yeah.
It really does sound just like a bigger, almost like in the way that a high watt can sound clean and very large. Try this. This is now the brighter voice. That just
That's
sounds
so good.
It sounds loud.
You know what I'm discovering? I like AC 50s and 100s turned up more than I like AC 30s turned up.
Yeah.
I just think they sound better in that range than, like, I like the AC 30s on their cleaner settings, but that sounds great cranked.
Yeah, I agree. I think the AC50 is a rock amp, whereas the AC30 is a clean and overdriven amp.
Yeah.
Certainly used for rock. But what do small amps do? They fall apart when you turn them up too much. The bass gets loose. Everything gets kind of, and they get overdrivey, and that's a lot of the sound of like classic rock. If you think like earlier classic rock, like early Aerosmith, early Zeppelin, combos turned up, very shallow in the bass because of it. And then later you get into like stacks.
Right.
In the 70s we get into big amps. Some of the 60s too, of course. But, and then by the 80s, it's, Yngwie Malmsteen is running 32 cabinets.
Right, yeah.
And I was just having this conversation, and playing with tracks, by the way. If you ever go see Yngwie Malmsteen now, he is literally playing to tracks.
Wow.
With
the biggest rig ever.
It makes no sense.
That's amazing.
But okay, congratulations. Suze, play a little. We had some chorus in here. It does a thing. It just to me, it sounds like $1 million turned up to 100 watts. Yeah,
That's killer.
It's a cool thing that I think. Now, Vox release they release like an AC50 and 100, like a AC50 CC or something, or 100 CC.
Yeah,
yeah, and those are nothing like the old ones, right? I mean, they're like 2-channel amps with
this
a
is
clean
a 65.
channel. This is a 1965 AC100.
Pretty cool.
With a tube rectifier. The AC50s come in a couple different ways with non-tube, solid state and tube rectification. Is that a word? And it's they're great alternatives. I wish they still made these amps today, and so people were familiar with them, because some people really like the AC15 for how like small it sounds, and then you go to an AC30 and it sounds huge compared to an AC15.
Right.
And these sound way bigger. And this is all through like H30s. Like you can't even really get this many watts through.
Okay.
You can't even use 4 blues.
So like this is like a matchless style speaker that we're hearing, or what cabinet is this?
This is a 412.
Okay.
It's an old 1970s orange cabinet.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And so it's got H30s, which is that's one of the speakers that's in like a matchless.
Okay.
And maybe in the future I will do this same amp through a different set of speakers.
That'd be cool.
Maybe if one were going to, in a couple weeks, release a Vox collection.
Which is like right up your alley.
I mean, if someone, let's just say fictitiously, if someone had recently acquired a vintage AC4, which may or may not be over there behind you, if someone had a mid-60s Vox, the 64 AC10,
yeah,
also right there behind you. If someone had an AC15 from this, I can't remember, 66? I don't know. If someone also had an AC30 from 66, if they also had a 66 AC50 and an AC100,
I see where you're headed.
you would theoretically be able to choose a particular mic setup, location on the speaker, and sort of capture every one of those vintage Voxes and give you like a clean OD rock kind of sound.
That would be pretty great.
Someone could do that.
Yeah.
And you know what it would be like, Suze? It would be like, imagine going to a music store in like 1965, and you sit down and you go, I heard about these amps, these Vox amps, and what do they sound like? You could try them all. Well, it's kind of like going in a time machine and going back to that.
Like you're sitting in that store.
You're right there.
It ain't bad.
It's honest work.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody has to profile the world, Suze. And, it could be you. But it's me. Go.
Turns out.
No, I'm actually really excited for that. That's
gonna be really cool.
I shouldn't say anything more. There's actually several collections planned. There's a reason I've been acquiring all these amps, trying to get full lineups of things, so that you can hear them all back to back, because when you do all these different packs, you have, mics change and locations change, and sometimes it's all
and they
different.
could be 6 months apart or whatever.
Totally. Anyway, I'm an HW.
Silvers, blues.
Yeah, with the
All
appropriate. Yeah.
I want that.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Suze, play us out. This is maybe my favorite profile. I don't really know. It might be. Here's the 65 AC100 B3. I put a little chorus on too. It's so light you can barely tell it's there.